Hi, today we're going to be working on tree diagrams. They go together with what we've been doing with sample space and with making either a chart or table. And so this is just a different way to present the information. So here on your paper you have two spinners. You have one that has colors and you have one that has letters. So we are going to find all the possible outcomes if you spin both spinners at the same time. So you'll be getting two results. So the first thing we want to do is make an organized list. We started one for you on your paper. We have yellow, yellow, yellow. So if I spin and land on yellow 4 times, what are my options for my letters? They would be A, B, C, D. So pause for a minute and see if you can fill out that list. That's kind of a review from yesterday. So here we have the colors filled in. And on your paper, we did not put that line. So yours is yellow. And then you might have done red, but we have blue and then green. And then we also have our letters A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. There we go. A, B, C, D, and A, B, C, D. And as we were learning yesterday, it is easier if you're doing a couple of steps to bunch something together, either like all of A or all of the yellow. And generally we do it's in the first column first, though it's not incorrect. But part of an organized list is to organize it in a way that makes it really easy for you to read it, because they will add on more and more columns to this, and so you'll have more and more choices. So now we're going to start munching this down and start making it into a tree diagram. And the first thing they're going to do is let's just write it with the colors once. And so this next step you don't have to do on your paper. We didn't repeat the chart for it, so just watch and see what they're doing. So here they have yellow, and my choices for with yellow are A, B, C, D, blue, A, B, C, D, red, etc. This is easier to write and easier to read. And as we tell you, mathematicians are notoriously lazy. They want to take the simpler route. So again, this isn't on your paper. So now we're going to try drawing it with arrows, and this is the beginning of our tree diagram. So you can see we have yellow, blue, red, green, and it lists with the other spinner choice. So our one spinner is color and our other spinner is letters. So yellow with A, yellow with B, yellow with C, etc. So pause for a minute and fill this out. So just to kind of show you, this shows a combination of spinning blue with the first spinner and spinning B with the second spinner. This shows the combination of spinning green with the first spinner and the letter C. And so it's just kind of showing you how to read it. You can mark this up and write this on your paper if you want, or not if you're understanding it. So when we look at this tree diagram, we can see that there is a total of 16 outcomes. If you can see the numbers counting down the side, that last one is 16. And it's a total of outcome when spinning the two spinners. This is called a tree diagram, because the arrows make it look like the roots of a tree if you turn it sideways. So here we have a different problem. This is on the back of your page. Charlie had one red marble, one blue marble, one yellow marble, and one green marble. He picked 2 marbles at random from the bag. Which diagram? It should be make a diagram that shows all the possible color combinations that of the 2 marbles that Charlie picked. So we already started it out for you. If I have red, this one would be red. This is blue, and that's where red comes in. So here we have red and we have yellow, red, green. So this is blue and red, blue and blue, blue and yellow, and blue and green. Notice that I'm always doing the same one first. Like yellow is first, red is second, and that's the, I did that on all of them. I pulled from this column first. Yellow and blue, yellow and yellow, yellow and green, green and red, Christmas, green and blue, green and yellow, and green and green. So using this chart, we can come up with all the different combinations that we have. And so I started it, and hopefully you finished it with me. You might have even beaten me to it. So now it says use the boxes to draw a tree diagram of the same data, the same information. So I'm going to label this one red, blue, yellow, and then green. Okay, so now I'm going to put the choices that I could pull out in the little boxes below. So it's going to be red, and yes, I am just going to put the letters, blue, yellow, and green. And I'm going to repeat that on all of them. And so it would look like this. And so beneath it, it says cross out the pairs in the tree diagram that shows the same marble, because back in our story it said there's one of each color, and so we need to cross out the same colored marble. And so what that's going to look like is, and I'm going to use a purple, is in this one it's red, and so I need to cross out that red. Here we have blue, and there's only one blue marble, and so there could not be another blue choice. I could not have a blue and a blue pull, and I cannot have a yellow and a yellow, and I cannot have a green and a green. And the only reason I cannot have one is in the original problem it says there's only one color of each. If there was two greens, then I could leave one. All right, does that make sense? It's because there's only one of each marble in there. So here's our original table, and it says draw a line, a diagonal line through the RR, the BB, the YY, and the GG. It says the pairs, that should say below. That's why you need to know how to spell. Below the diagonal lines are duplicates. Cross out the duplicates below the diagonal line. So this blue-red combination is the same as this red-blue. This yellow-red combination is the same color as yellow-red. There we go. That should be a red. See what happens? Typos. Yellow-blue is the same thing as blue-yellow. And then green-red we already have over here. Green-blue is the same thing as blue-green. Green-yellow is the same thing as yellow-green, which is right here. So all of these guys here that we crossed out are duplicates. These that we diagonal through, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of squish them in yellow. Oops, that's not what I want. These are impossibles. We cannot do that combination based on the story that we have. All right, so that one typo aside, now here comes the fun part. We've already crossed out our doubles, like the red-red, the blue-blue, the green-green. Now we have to cross out the duplicates from the chart. So I'm just going to look at the chart that we made, and if I have a red-blue, I'm going to cross out the blue-red because that's the same. I'm going to cross out nothing else in that one. In my yellows, I'm going to cross out the yellow red because we have that here. I'm going to cross out the yellow blue because we have that over here. And that's it. We already have that one crossed out. We already have that one crossed out. And over here in the green, if you notice on your chart, everything is crossed out because it's already repeated back in there. So as you can see, it gets a little bit smaller when we're not repeating numbers or colors. So here it asks you to draw a new tree diagram that shows only the two unique colors. So we have a red, and with red we can have blue, yellow, and green. And we can have a blue marble, and that other pairs would be yellow and green, and we can have a yellow with green. So we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unique combinations that he can choose from. So this is a little bit different. This is kind of like the bench one we had. We can't have duplicates. And so this is why we have to get rid of the ones that are the same. You also have to look at the language of the problem. It tells you that it needs unique, or that like in the bench or in an order that this is the same. Red, blue, yellow is the same as blue, yellow, red. So that kind of language is important to look at. So what you're going to do now is do your classwork. There's only, I believe, 3 problems. One of them is just like this one that we did. One of them is a tree diagram, and one of them you have to come up with your own tree diagram showing the information. 3 problems is your classwork, and then once you get that cleared by a teacher, you may start on your homework, which is only 5 problems. And on this one, we're really just asking you to recognize it and how you would see it in a testing situation, which is picking the graph or the tree diagram or the chart that would match the information. So just make sure you're carefully reading. Sometimes it is helpful to do it on yourself and then compare to the answers. And that's just a test-taking strategy. So good luck, my scholars. You're doing a great job.